Hey guys, what's going on? So today we have the top 5 base skins in the game. This covers both combat bases and development bases. There are kind of two different flavors of bases. Also, if you guys want, we'll do the top 5 APC skins, or like the worst base skins, worst APC skins by look maybe too. So just let me know in the comments. Give me some feedback. If you guys like it, I'll try to release something like that as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy. This one's a little bit different. Maybe it's kind of fun or interesting. So stay tuned, enjoy, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, everybody. So let's jump right into it. Like I said, the top 5 base skins in the game. But first, I kind of want to just have a little base disclaimer thing. There is a base skin album, so this decor album. I'm not going to be influenced by this decor album for the most part, but some of them it's kind of just an additional benefit. So for example, if you're gonna get this vehicle might plus 10 and you have steel core and crimson sky, then it's actually going to be really beneficial for you to get the Xeno base rather than maybe one of the other skins on the top list, even if Xenobase is not one of these skins. So just keep that in mind as well. Vehicle might plus 10, it's going to work, across the board. So just keep that in mind. In any case, without further ado, let's go over the top 5 base skins in the game. In no particular order, all 5 of these are very, very good. So if you don't have a base skin, you want a single skin, and you only care about the stats, not about the looks, then these are going to be the ones for you. So coming in at number 5, we have the Ice Crown Castle. This is arguably one of the most popular base skins in the game as well. It's Elsa's little frozen castle. Gives you troop HP plus 3%. So what this does is it's very, very good for defense. It's kind of the best actually for defense. This troop HP plus 3%. You're going to have just stronger defenses. So if you normally are getting hit by 10,000 damage and you equip this skin, you're going to be hit by significantly less. It's not really 3%. It's very, very difficult to actually calculate how much damage reduction you're going to gain from HP. But in general, HP is always a very, very good option for defense. So this Ice Crown Castle is amazing, especially if you're in the launch center, for example, or you're right by a gate or something in Eden, and you're kind of the last resistance, and there's hundreds and hundreds of base attacks coming your way. Ice Crown Castle is going to be very, very effective for you. So coming in at number 4, and also quite similar in terms of how you should use this skin, is the Endless Nightmare. So this skin's very, very underrated. Not a lot of people are running this skin. What it gives you is the enemy might is decreased by 5%. Not many people run this skin, and what this does is it basically just says if they normally are going to have 500 might, now they're going to have 495 might. And that might not seem like too much. Might not seem like too much. Get it? It's a good pun. Anyway, that might not seem like too much, but there is no APC skin in the game that gives you plus 5% might. No base skin in the game that gives you 5% might. So that goes to show how strong might is in general. And the fact that Endless Nightmare is reducing that is very, very good. From tests, Endless Nightmare and Ice Crown Castle are going to give you relatively similar defenses for the most part. What this won't give you, I mean, it really is just going to depend on kind of where you are in the game. So, if you're not really cutting edge tech, you don't have like full T10 tech, maybe you don't even have full Bane Blades and stuff like that, and you're fighting folks generally around that range, so kind of lower spender, Endless Nightmare is going to do a little bit less. So the Ice Crown Castle is going to do a little bit more. But if you're in around the 400, 500 might zone, then Endless Nightmare is a very, very good option, and it will, or it can do more than Ice Crown Castle. So it does kind of depend, especially if you're going up against like a Nomad combo. Endless Nightmare is a really good option. So that's base skins 5 and 4. They're both really good defensive options. Now let's talk about some offensive options. So coming in at number 3, we have the Eternal Palace. Now the Eternal Palace is kind of both, but it gives you tactical might plus 3% and tactical resistance plus 3%, but this works on attack as well. So it doesn't matter if it's defense or attack. So does the HP actually in Ice Crown Castle. So it also will work on on attack as well, but HP is not that important in those instances because oftentimes if you're going to attack a base, hopefully you're stronger than them and you're going to get through them. So you actually, you don't really need all that HP. In any case, tactical might plus 3% and tactical resistance plus 3% is very, very good. You're just going to do more damage and take less damage, which in turn is going to make you do more damage. Taking less damage will actually make you do more damage. So literally the idea that a good offense is a good defense is correct in this game. So that's why Eternal Palace is rated so highly. You basically just get the best of all worlds. And this one's very, very common. You'll see tons and tons of people running Eternal Palace, even today, for combat, for LC battles, for example, for Oblivion, things like that. A lot of people run Eternal Palace. It works well on attack, and it works well on defense as well. So it's a really good option, and it comes in at the number 3 spot. So let's move to kind of the development side of bases. By development, I mean they give you kind of buffs, not necessarily for fighting. So build speed plus 2%, for example. The Good Fortune skin gives you plus 10% cash production, right? These aren't necessarily combat attributes, but they kind of help develop your builder. They're like a development hero. So vehicle training speed plus 10%, for example. So the best development skin in the game is actually going to go to the Moulin Rouge skin or the brand new Grand Revival skin. So these both give you Clash of Zones score plus 10%. And what this means, because it was very, very confusing when it came out, is, if you go to your Clash of Zones and you look at the ranking, right now my rank, I have 77.64 million contribution points for today's COZ. Now, if you go to today's event, you'll see, you have 77.64 million ranking points. If you use the Moulin Rouge skin or the Grand Revival skin, and you do your, Clash of Zones activities. So for today, it's Hero Day. So let's say I use 1 super recruitment ticket. I'm actually going to get 10%, an additional 10% of that. So 220,000 points, COZ points. And this really, really, really does add up, especially when you're talking about the competition medals at the end of the month. This season, I guess it's always 4 weeks. In order to get really, really high rankings, especially in super states or even just in big spending states, for example, having the Moulin Rouge skin is definitely going to catapult you there, and it's one of the only ways that you're going to be able to reach that, especially in a super state. The benefits for these is you get these season rewards, and these medals come with kind of getting those high ranks. So Promise of Ares, for example, it gives you a lot of benefits. And I will show you some of these medals in here, some of the higher level medals. Some people were probably going to have them. So here's a 4-star legendary medal. Troop might plus 8%, all troop defense plus 10%. So that basically means resistance plus 10% and might plus 8%. That's far more than you can get on any single skin. And this is the 4-star legendary medal. So it's the second place in the first place of the legendary group. So depending on how your state does, your medal might be a little bit different. So there's even one better, and it's plus 10% might and plus 10% defense. It's the Promise of Ares skin. And then it goes down in ranks depending on where you place. So a 2-star legendary medal, for example, still very, very good. So, like I said, one of the only ways to compete for those top ones, especially in a super state, is to have the Moulin Rouge. So all around, it's a really good base. And additionally, it just helps your state win, which is also very, very important. Obviously, because you get super recruitment tickets, you get diamonds, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's very important to just win in general. If your whole state has that base skin, your whole state's going to have 10% more, which in this case we would have 102G instead of 58G. Now, probably some of these people are using the Moulin Rouge, but you get the point. So that's by far the best development one. The other ones don't even compare. Like the Floating City, vehicle training speed plus 10%. It's really like plus 1%. The build speed is fine. There's research from the Snow Patrol. So research speed plus 4, this is good when you're talking about your cutting edge tech. But other than that, by far the Moulin Rouge hands down. So if you could have 2 in the game, I would have the Moulin Rouge or the Grand Revival, depending on I guess whichever one you want or whichever one you get, and then a combat one. So rounding out the top 10 base skins in the game, the number one base skin in the game currently that we have just by combat is the new mech skin, the Battle Mech Y or whatever. I guess it's some Greek letter probably, and you guys are going to roast me in the comments, but Battle Mech Y. So what this gives you is Troop Might plus 3%, Tactical Might plus 3%. It's the only skin in the game that gives Troop Might, and like I said for Endless Nightmare, no skin gives plus 5%, but this one skin does give plus 3%. Troop Might, or just Might, is better than Tactical Might in 99.9% of circumstances. So the fact that this gives 6%, and it gives 3% Troop Might is just really, really good. It's also going to be the best APC skin for forcing tiles. So if you're forcing high level tiles, generally you want as much might as humanly possible. The Battle Mech Y skin is also going to be your best bet. Now in honorable mentions are all of the kind of Eden rewards or the Doomsday rewards. These are actually the best during Eden, only during Eden. Or Doomsday rather. So in Doomsday you get plus, this is for like rank 1. For example, you get plus 10% Doomsday Might, plus 10% resistance. Those numbers are just crazy huge. So, sorry about that. My alarm was going off. Those numbers are crazy huge, and as such, they're very, very good. So, Battle Mech Alpha. See, I got that one maybe. I don't know. Battle Mech Bravo, potentially. Hopefully I get those. So, these two are very, very good, as well as this Eden All-Stars Mechanical Dragon one. Incredibly good. But it doesn't work for everything. It only works for Doomsday, and they're always limited time. They're never forever base skins. So that's about it, the top 10 base skins in the game based on statistics. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. Now, there's going to be a lot of comments on, well, how do I get the skins? I have a video talking about the base skin economics, so how much generally it's going to cost you to get a skin. It's on my channel. You can just go through that channel, or you can just search, Lash Shelter AO base skin or something like that. That video is going to go through all the mathy stuff. If you don't really care about the mathy stuff and you just want the TLDR, basically a base skin is going to come out to around, you can expect it at around $300 or $280 to $380 is sort of average. Now it can take you almost $1,000. I mean, theoretically it could take you more. There is no kind of luck meter like the super tickets, unfortunately. So it could take you way more than 1,000. Sometimes you're going to get very, very lucky. So that video kind of covers that. Also, you can buy them third party. Don't necessarily listen to me because it's not technically following the rules. It's technically against the rules to buy third party items. But you can buy these from skin sellers, or if someone gets really lucky, they buy a $5 pack and they get a skin and they want to sell it. You can get them a lot cheaper that way as well. So that's about it, guys. Again, hopefully you enjoy. If you want some more like this, maybe I could do the worst ones or something. I don't know. Whatever you guys want, let me know. I'll do APC skins, whatever. That's about it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Stay safe out there as always. Be kind. Eat your damn pizza. Alright, guys, I'll catch you later.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up